Hi guys, welcome back.
Hi guys.
We've
Do
been
I
having
sound
some.
weird?
I don't think
I
so.
feel like okay. That's fine then.
I mean, this is what technical
I
difficulties. We're
guess.
sorry.
Every time. I don't get it. I lost
Y-
a cord and I don't open this box unless we're recording. It makes no sense.
A year from now, we're gonna laugh and say, haha, this was funny. But yeah, that's all I got. So far, we're trying. We're trying.
Oh,
We're here. We're
too old for
tired,
this
but we
shit.
are going to get this done.
We're gonna get it done.
I finished this book really quickly.
I noticed. I
Yeah,
mean, I started this yesterday. So I guess I
I I started
fast.
reading it. I don't know when I started reading it. Saturday, Sunday.
Something like
I
that.
was I was at home for the weekend. Normally I go to my boyfriend's. He was at drill, so I was home. Sunday we Last Sunday the weather got the best of Oregon, so it we weren't going out and about. And so I think I started it after I came home from your house. I think is when I
Oh,
started it.
yeah.
And Monday night I finished it at like 11. Like I had to stay up to finish it.
Oh, I guess we should mention. Hi, this is Baby Got Stacks. And
I mean,
we're
if you don't
reading.
know that this baby got stacks, like,
I
why
know,
did you
how'd you
click
get
it?
here? I'm
Exactly.
impressed. I mean, stick around, but
Yeah.
uh, we read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is
Yes.
a YA thriller.
And it didn't feel like it.
It did not.
It
It's
didn't feel
real.
like a it didn't feel like a YA at all.
No, besides the
Um,
fact that she's in high school, that
yeah,
was
but that
like
could
the
be
only
anyone.
typical YA thing.
I know. So, you're gonna hear lots of
A
yawning.
lot of yawning.
We're just That's gonna be real. I don't know what to tell you. First off, I don't know how to say Sal's last name. Is it Singh?
Sing,
Sure, we'll go with that. Okay. I didn't
sing.
want to butcher it. Okay. Well, I guess I could read the back of the book.
Yeah.
It starts with there's red text in the top, and it says, "This is the story of an investigation turned obsession. Pretty and popular high school senior Andy Bell was murdered by her boyfriend Sal Singh, who then killed himself. It was all anyone could talk about. And 5 years later, Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town. Now a senior herself, Pip decides to re-examine the closed case for her final project. At first just to cast doubt on the original investigation, but soon she discovers a trail of dark secrets that might actually prove Sal innocent, and the line between past and present begins to blur. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life might be in danger."
I highly recommend you read this book. It is an easy read. It's
Yeah.
short chapters. You can fly through it. So I almost don't want to. I mean, plus there's just so much little things,
Yeah.
like little reveals to go through. And so I guess we'll get into. Oh, I guess first off, but the only trigger warning I mean, besides suicide and death and murder, but animal cruelty. I don't want it to be like spoilery. That could kind of spoil it.
I'm
At least
gonna be
one little moment.
I'm gonna be honest. I teared up.
I teared up.
That one
I
got
was
me.
mad. I was like, you didn't have to. You didn't
That
have to.
and we kind of learned that it it wasn't supposed to happen,
It wasn't supposed to
but
happen.
it didn't make it any better.
No.
Especially
No.
the breed of dog made it even worse
I
for
was
me.
gonna say it was bad.
It was a golden retriever, and they're
Named
such
Barney.
sweet babies. Oh my God.
So
It killed me.
yeah,
Killed me.
but
Um, I gave this
I
five out of
think there's.
five.
Oh, I totally gave it 5 out of 5. Are you kidding me?
Do
There's just
you
so many slow reveals, and there's
Do you know what the second and third book is about? Because I'm gonna be honest, this book didn't end in a cliffhanger to the point where I didn't know I have
yeah,
no
yeah,
idea
yeah,
what the second
yeah.
and third are.
I do.
Okay.
We can
Okay.
get to them. But
Okay,
I
we can
figured
get
we
into
talk
it. Okay.
about
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. A lot of mixed media in here. This is her senior project, so there's like her
Oh,
loggings
I
and
loved
her
it.
maps.
I
And at the
loved
end
it.
of most of the chapters, she like recaps her persons of interest, and it was so helpful. were so many names.
Chef's kiss.
Kiss.
Chef's kiss. This
Oh,
was
beautiful.
fantastically written. Fantastically
Oh
written.
yeah,
Oh my god.
so
Like
good. There's
like you
text.
even there's even like
Oh,
parts of the book where it looks like you took screenshots of like a notebook. Like you can
yeah,
see the little
she took
holes where it was like ripped
pictures
out.
and
Oh my
yeah,
god.
it's
I
so good.
just Holly Jackson, thank you. That's all I gotta
Great
say.
job. So there's Pip, who is the senior herself. She kind of teams up with Ravi, who is Sal Singh, the alleged killer's younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's all the other school people. There's some
There's a
mention
ton
of
of characters.
teachers, and there's a ton of characters, and I was only slightly confused for a little bit at the beginning. But like her recapping everybody,
Yeah.
and then towards the end, she did like this flowchart of like her
What
final people.
once you get through like the book, you
Yeah,
you kind of figure out, okay, that's who that
yeah.
person is. Like, yeah.
They don't go unmentioned for too long either. So
No.
you remember. I guess, yeah, not really a YA in my opinion. It was very strange. One of my questions was going to be, would you have guessed this was a YA novel
No.
if you weren't told at the beginning?
No.
It's wild.
No,
So
it was fantastic. But yeah, I would have never guessed that it was a Y at all. It's so good.
So good. So now we're going to get into spoilers because
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack. We're not even
there's
gonna get
just
through
so many.
half of like the little
No,
details.
there's too many small clues. It kind of leads you to think it's like everyone basically has like a decent motive, and it's like it could have been anyone.
The plot twist,
Which one? The very end
the teacher got me.
that the teacher, I
just
don't
didn't
know.
expect it.
I didn't expect the girl he was keeping.
That too. And then they kind of hint about the Butterfingers, and I was like, that's right.
Right.
I didn't even think about the Butterfingers.
Butterfingers.
Yeah. The amount of like little breadcrumbs that they give you throughout this book is just, I cannot stress enough how fantastic this is.
And,
it's a mystery thriller, but not like scary.
No. Well, it's just thriller and like the suspenseful kind of scary that like, ooh, what's gonna happen next? Because she begins to kind of get letters herself of telling her to stop looking and stop digging deeper, and that's when they take her dog. But in that aspect, it's like, oh shit, they're like breaking into her house and they're like following her, and like, who is it? And so,
yeah,
I honestly, for a good while, thought it might just be Ravi.
Oh, I never guessed him once.
Really? I thought maybe because like some of the things that she's like, well, all I told was this one person and Ravi, and you're like, who was Millie Bingham?
Sorry, I had to throw. I apologize. I had to throw my pillow at my cat. I do apologize. Okay. I'm doing this for my bedroom, and I have my door cracked. A good crack, so she can get in and out.
Right.
And she decides she wants to claw at the carpet on the opposite side of the door where the hinges are.
Right, where it doesn't open.
No, you can get out. So I had to throw the pillow at her to remind her, and now she's looking at the pillow like, what is that?
What the hell is that on the floor?
Yeah, so that's gonna keep her preoccupied for probably the rest of the podcast. We can keep going.
But yeah, I thought it was Robbie.
I never thought it was him. Not once.
It was a little suspicious. Who did you think it was? That was one of my questions. Who were your suspects? Because mine kind of went back and forth a little bit. I was thinking Ravi, and then I kind of thought the teacher, but then I thought Naomi, the sister.
I was
thinking
Naomi. I was maybe thinking Daniel De Silva, the janitor.
Yeah. Oh, the janitor turned cop.
Possibly. Yes, because he could. I feel like that would have been a good twist since he was a cop and he could
have covered it.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, that could be a good twist. Max Hastings was not helping himself whatsoever. There's a lot of lies with Max.
There is a lot of
I
Oh,
can't even like keep track of of
once you were
everything
in
that
it,
happened.
yeah,
Like I said, I finished this book
it was so
Monday.
good.
I don't remember like everything.
There's a lot to it. I feel like next year I could reread that and be just as amazed.
I
Just
know,
all the little twists and turns.
and I think it'd be interesting to reread it again to know like what we know now to see if we can like catch on those
Oh
hints.
yeah, pick up all the little things.
hmm I don't even know like what to unpack. What do we unpack first? What spoiler do we? I don't even
I
know.
don't even know. I guess so. You just learn more and more about mainly Andy, and she was the popular girl, and then you
Yeah,
learn that she was having a rough home life, and she was kind of raised
yeah.
to
Her dad
just think her
sucked.
looks were the only thing she can rely on. Like why
Her
bother
dad
trying
sucked.
to get into school? Like you're just gonna try and marry rich anyway, and like made it a competition between her and her younger sister, and then you learn she's actually dealing drugs because she always had money around and no one knew how she'd always have so much money. They always thought it was like her dad just giving her money.
I'm like, what
But
is
she
a
was also
16-year-old?
dating this older guy. So it's like, is he paying her hush money? Is
This
he
16-year-old is off the
like a
rails.
oh god. And then what else was even well, she was dealing drugs, but she was dealing harder drugs, and you just learn more and more. It
The
wasn't
the
just
big thing
weed,
was
it
she
was
was
roofies and
yeah, the big thing was roofies. And then Pip was like, okay, now there's roofies involved, and Max had roofied someone, and so then she starts kind of going down that rabbit hole.
mhm.
But the way she gets her information is just like she catfishes one of the people to think it's someone else
Yeah.
to get information, and then she
She's like,
pretends
yeah.
to be a reporter to get
Hmm.
information, and oh my god, she
And she
hides
like
gold
know
in cars.
she knows when like, okay, I'm about to lose this person. I have to kind of change my questions to like get them back. And I
hmm
liked that she was a high schooler, but she was mature and she didn't annoy me,
No,
which was like a big plus because a lot of times these high schoolers in these YAs can get to be a little bit
yeah,
or like be like, oh, that's such a dumb decision. Why would you? But like in this, I can kind of
her dad
I get it.
cracked me up. Pip's
Oh my
dad,
god, your dad.
he's he's such a dad.
It
He
really
cracked
is.
me up. There was
But
like a
that's
couple of
made it.
dad jokes,
Oh,
and it
oh yeah,
was
there was.
so funny, and I don't even know if
Forgot
I
he
can like
calls her
find it.
pickle. It's so funny.
It's so good. Oh my god, it's so
And it
good.
made the ending even like more sweet. That's like, oh, he's a goofy dad, but at the end of the day, he comes and helps rescue her with Robbie. It's like, and he's
I
the one who
know.
tackles Becca.
There's a part in the book where she's trying to figure out she finds Andy's like not journal but her like
Or like planner, like school
planner,
planner.
and there's even parts of it that's like crossed out, and there's a part where there's a like a cell phone number.
Oh
I was
yeah.
even like I was even under the light trying to like look under the I was like,
Sorry,
I'll
just so you
try to
take it
decipher it
down.
myself. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
it was
yeah,
fantastic.
so
Fantastic.
good.
We figure out that Sal's actually not the killer.
Yeah,
By so it's Max Hastings. He has a fake Facebook profile under the name Nancy something that
is
has like
Nancy like? Oh, hold on, let me get
all
it
of his
because it's
party
really good.
like party stuff,
Yeah,
pictures and things like that. Well, they have pictures of that night with all of them, like Max and his friends, which was Sal. And there's a
yeah,
picture of Naomi, Max, Sal, and I think like a couple other of their friends, and they're all in the picture. And so
yeah,
Andy, or not Andy, Pip's like, well, who took the photo?
yeah,
And so then she realizes if she zoomed in, it's Sal that's taking the photo, and there's a
yeah.
timestamp, and it's way later. So he actually couldn't have killed Andy.
Hmm.
And so that was like the breakthrough. And she's
It was
scared.
Nancy Tango Tits was his other Facebook.
Oh, how could I forget Tango Tits?
Tango Tits.
My bad. My bad. And so she doesn't want to tell Ravi quite yet, especially since she starts getting the texts, threatening texts, and also like letters in her locker, things like that. So she's really scared to like tell anyone.
Yeah.
And I don't know quite like the time frame. Like I said, there's a lot of things that
There's a
happen.
lot. She even like texts going through Andy's last path. Like, okay, the last sighting was here. She would have had driven all the way over here. Sal would have had met her at this time, killed her in this amount of time, buried her, and done all this before
Yeah.
the next sight. It was so well thought out.
Yeah.
Like, I would have lost track if I was writing this book. I would have
I
gotten
don't know
stuff
how she
all
did it.
mixed up because, oh man.
And also, we have to realize too, between Andy's death and her senior project, it's been 5 years. So
Yeah.
Andy still has not been found. There has been no body. She
Mm-hmm.
was presumed dead legally, even though there's no body. I think a year later. I don't remember the
Something
time
like
frame, but
that. And Sal was never convicted, but the whole town just says,
yeah.
oh yeah, he's the one who did it.
Yes,
But
because there was blood under his fingerprints that was Andy's, and her cell phone was on his body, and
he sent
he
the
sent the
text.
text. Yes. But then as we learn, he texts a certain way. And so
Yeah.
she was like, well, he didn't send this text.
Yeah.
And come to find out, her best friend's dad was
Oh,
involved with Andy. Disgusting.
good.
And his wife had died. I don't know like
It
the
hadn't
time
been
frame on that.
terribly long, but he was saying he was lonely.
Yeah, stupid.
It's like, what? You're a
Stupid.
student.
So he starts talking to Andy. He's like, well, she was giving me attention and then she wanted my
Yeah.
number. It's like, then why would you give it to her?
What
Anyways,
are you doing? Yeah.
so then he starts talking to her and then they meet at like a motel or like an Airbnb outside
Mhm.
of town. And then he wants to end it with her. And then she freaks out. She goes to the house. She starts like destroying paintings that his
Mhm.
deceased wife had made. And he pushed her. Well, she lost her footing and tripped and smacked her head on the corner of his desk at home. She had gotten up and left, but obviously she was injured.
Yeah.
So Andy goes back home. Her sister Naomi and her are fighting because
Becca.
Andy's. That is right. It is not Naomi. It is Becca. Becca and Andy start fighting because Andy's the older sister by I think 15 months. Was the
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
like close but
Yeah.
still older. And Becca didn't know that Andy was injured, and I believe pushes her, and because they were fighting, and I don't remember what they were fighting about, to be honest.
They were fighting because Becca had realized she'd gotten drugged and raped at one of those parties, and she's pretty sure it's Max. And so she was hoping Andy be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's get him. Like,
That's
be a bigger
right.
sister." And she just said, "Oh, get over it. It's not my problem."
I'm pretty sure she said like you should be thankful that you got like
Yeah, that
attention or
anyone liked you anyway, or
yeah.
whatever. But she was cussed. And so I don't remember if Becca actually pushed her or if she just kind of fell over on her own. But she started throwing up, ended up choking and dying. And Becca
Mhm.
just watched. And she
Yeah,
said
Becca
she
didn't do
ended
a
up
dang
trying,
thing.
but it was too long. Like, it was already too late. So,
Yeah, so then Becca also works for the news, like the local newspaper, and there's an abandoned house nearby that they are wanting to turn into a like coffee joint or something like that. And
yeah.
so Becca is writing an article basically like saying how that's a bad idea.
Hmm.
Come to find out she had hidden Andy's body in the septic tank there,
Yeah.
and it's been there for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
not
that's
good.
just the actual death of Andy, because then the teacher like went and tried to find her, couldn't find her, and so he kind of just planted it all on Sal and got all the kids to anonymously agree to say it was Sal, and then he killed
Yeah.
Sal.
Yeah, he
And
killed Sal.
he
What?
killed Sal.
This poor kid.
I know. He had literally nothing to do with it.
The only reason he got killed was because he was dating Andy at the time.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the teacher didn't even technically, I mean, he still would have gotten in a lot of trouble, but he
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
the one who ended up necessarily killing Andy. But eventually he was going around and saw a girl who looked a lot like Andy, and he thought it was her. And so he talked her into just staying at one of his old house that he was going to be selling, but he ended up stopping that sale, and just keeps her living there in the basement. It's not Andy.
I thought it was the attic.
An attic. It wasn't the main level, I know.
No.
It wasn't.
Well,
It was something.
I was thinking it was the attic because I was thinking that Pip like climbed up the
Oh,
stairs.
did she go upstairs? Oh, okay.
Because I thought that the police were gonna like grab her ankle or something, and I was like, don't touch her.
But yeah, that wasn't Andy. Andy was dead. It was just some poor other girl who had.
That girl was so traumatized.
I
like
know.
Pip opens the thing and she's like, "Hi."
Hi, I'm Pip. Hi, I'm Andy.
And I was like,
What? What?
Like, what?
I know she's just. But it wasn't.
Yeah, it was not her. No, she was a missing person somewhere in a different state.
She had mental disabilities, and so she just went along with whatever the teacher told her.
Well, and they think that because she was there so long that she legitimately thought that she was
Andy.
Andy. Yeah.
Okay, I have questions.
Then the dog died. I'm so.
I know, I'm not okay. One of my questions was, are you more mad at Becca for letting Andy die or having Barney die?
Barney. I'm so upset. Yeah, so Becca's the one that was, I believe, texting her, and she's the one that, so at one point she was like, I want you to, if you want your dog back, I want you to take your computer and like all your flash drives and stuff like that, take it to a part of the forest and then like destroy it.
Yeah.
Even though obviously Pip had everything backed up. And she's like, if you do that, I'll let your dog go. Well, she let Barney go, and Barney didn't know where he was going, and he fell into the river and drowned.
And then people found him. It was so sad. It was so sad.
So upset.
Ugh.
No, Andy, she pissed me off.
Yeah, they were
like, what is she doing?
She's
16,
really...
and she's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Would you have gotten so involved if you were in Pip's position?
There's no way in hell.
I don't think I would have even accidentally gotten that deep.
No, she was. Oh my God, she went above and beyond.
So good.
No, I mean, good for her.
A lot braver than I would have.
Yeah, for her to just go. So at the end, she like knows exactly where the teacher's keeping Andy, or who she thinks is Andy. And so she just calls the police outside the house and she's like, hi, and like basically tells them what's going on. Like, there's this teacher, he has Andy, and they're like, okay, like stay put. And she goes, nope, I'm going in.
No, I have
and they're
to
like,
go in.
No. She's like, no, I've got to go in, and then hangs up. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Or when she took those pictures of the drug dealer selling to a high schooler and calls Robbie and like, okay, we need to go to this house. And he's like, what makes you think he's going to talk to you? She's like, because I have these. And then she just storms into his house. And just like, you're going to tell me what you know because I can arrest you.
Oh my God. The balls on this girl are baffling.
I know. How do you feel about Robbie and Pip together?
I kind of liked it. I thought it was sweet.
But then I remember she's 17 senior and he's 21 because he works at a local like pub or something.
I forgot that. Okay. That's a little.
It popped up into my head randomly and I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, nothing like happens.
No.
But by the end they like hold hands, which is sweet. But then, you know.
I thought they kissed.
They did kiss.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she was like
There's that.
18. Maybe she was 18.
We'll push it. Just a random thought I had. What if like a spin-off, it's not even like a full book, maybe like a novella, just about that girl being captive? How would you feel about that?
I think I would.
Just like
I
get her
think I
side,
would. I think I'd watch that.
right? I'm a little curious. This poor girl.
I said watch, but I meant read. I'm sorry. My cat was trying to smack
I
the
didn't catch
cords.
that.
I was trying to push her off the bed.
So
Multitasking is not my suit.
Kara is Pip's friend. Kara's the younger daughter of the teacher guy.
Yeah, that's Naomi's her sister.
Yeah. Do you think Pip and Kara will be friends still after this? Because it's not Pip's fault.
No, I think they'll be friends. I think it'll be hard on Kara, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean she wasn't there. So at the very end for her senior project there was like a whole school meeting.
Yeah, it's like a press conference
Yeah,
almost.
and Kara wasn't there because it was just way too hard, which I understand. But I
Yeah.
think they'll still be friends.
Yeah. All right. So this is Holly Jackson's debut novel.
It's
This is her
flawless.
debut. That's what I'm
Flawless.
saying.
I didn't
So
know that was her debut.
I know neither did
Flawless.
I when until I looked it up. So there
Fantastic.
is a 0.5 in this series, a prequel to this.
Oh, really?
It's called Killjoy. It's about Pip and her friends doing a murder mystery party. So it's kind of just to like get a sense of how Pip has been having investigative skills and whatever. But
Okay.
the second book is Good Girl, Bad Blood. It takes place like a year later. Pip
Okay.
has started a true crime podcast,
Love it.
and a murder comes up of
Mm.
someone she knows. So she has to do something about it.
Well, of course she has to.
Of course. The third book is As Good as Dead. From what that one didn't give an exact timeline, but it's her entering college,
Okay.
her and Ravi. And since she has this podcast, finds out she has a stalker. So it's her
Mm.
dealing with that. From what I've gathered, not necessarily in the reviews, but I guess the third book, the last book, not everyone's favorite. Not everyone
Interesting.
were digging how that series ended out.
Huh. Okay.
So I'm curious to get there, see why.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're,
she couldn't do another murder. That's two
that's
books already. Like, I think the stalker aspect is pretty interesting.
Stalker is interesting. Yes.
I mean,
I
she
like
still has
that.
to find the clues and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
I'm into it. But
That
her
could be
latest book,
fun.
right? I think it'd be fun.
Well, and we've never done sequels on here yet.
We haven't. Do
Mm-mm.
we just wait to do the third book?
I mean, we could.
Since that one's the most
Controversial.
controversial and
Yeah.
I don't want to say
Yeah, we could
unpopular
do
because
that.
it still has like a 4 point something on Goodreads.
Yeah.
But yeah, her latest book is called Five Survive. That came out last December. That's also a YA thriller.
Okay.
I think it's a group of friends. I'm assuming five.
Yes.
And I'm pretty
That
sure
would
it's
be a
like
good
them
guess.
on like a road trip and then they start dying
Oh.
off. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I
Huh.
bought it because
Yeah,
that's who I am as a person.
well, if it's anything as good as this one, then
I know.
that'll be fantastic.
So good. I was expecting good things because this is one of those TikTok books, Instagram books. It's all over, and for good reason. This was really good.
This is fantastic. I do have it up on Goodreads. So it has a 4.35 stars out of 581,706 ratings. There's very, very few one star it looks like. So let's see. Someone was like, from the moment she said holy pepperoni, I realized I was too old. Someone said I made a Goodreads account just so I could give this book 1 star.
That's rude. No.
Rating 1 star, genuinely asking myself why I read this. This book had it all. Bad writing, a completely unrealistic plot.
What? No. She
I
is
just,
beauty. She is
oh my
grace.
gosh, I want to wash my brain of this. Oh my gosh.
God damn. I just realized about the covers. On the cover of this book, it's like how like people make murder maps and they have like the red string connecting all the dots
Like
and how
the meme, like the meme of the
yeah.
guy. Like,
Charlie Day. I'm pretty sure it's Charlie Day. But
yeah.
but they make a murder map in the book, her and Ravi.
Oh, they do. Did you realize that there's
And
also fingerprints?
yeah. And then the next book has headphones and cords. So that's because they start her podcast.
Oh.
Mind blown.
Well, what's the oh, you can't see it. What's the third one?
I don't have the third one on me.
Here, let me pull it up on Goodreads.
Okay. I know it's dark gray.
I feel like it's duct tape.
Ooh.
It is duct tape. As Good as Dead is written in like on duct tape. Yeah, it's duct tape.
That's cool.
Interesting.
I just had a lot of fun with this book.
Oh, it was fantastic.
It was so good.
Oh, I do.
And it wasn't
see
like gross thriller.
I do see the Killjoy. What is Killjoy? Killjoy is just on a. Let me see.
I don't know if that one's like a full novel or if it's novella.
It says 130 pages, so it's not.
Okay. So it's just...
It says 6 suspects, 3 hours, 1 murder, and I think it's like a murder mystery, like one of those murder mystery parties, like one of your friends is dead and you have to figure out.
Yeah.
Killjoy is written on a dinner plate, and then there's like a blood splatter on the silverware. Yeah, that's interesting.
Like that. We should do a murder mystery party.
Ugh, I would love that.
That'd be really fun.
I wanted to see what oh, she was born in 1992. Oh,
I know.
young.
She's a 90s baby.
Yeah. Oh, I cannot believe that's her debut. She lives in London.
Wild, right? Oh, I didn't read British at all.
No. Let's see what 5 Survive is. So 5 Survive is 8 hours, 6 friends, 1 sniper. 18-year-old Red and her friends are on a road trip in an RV heading to the beach for spring break. It's a long drive, but spirits are high until the RV breaks down in the middle of nowhere. There's no mobile phone reception and nobody around to help. And as the wheels are shot out, one by one, the friends realize that this is no accident. There's a sniper out there in the dark watching them. One of the group has a secret that the sniper is willing to kill for. I'm intrigued.
Oh.
Yeah. Buried Secrets
you know what?
Light. I'm excited.
I think I saw someone doing a vlog about them reading this book. Because I'm pretty sure, like, in the book, it has, like, a timeline over the night. And so she was reading it during those times at night.
That's really into this. Like, oh my gosh.
But yeah, read this book.
Yeah, if you like thrillers, this is a fantastic one. I can't say enough good things. This was another 5 out of 5 for us. This is a good month so far.
Even if you don't like YAs, if you like a mystery, a thriller, still give it a read.
Yeah,
it had nothing to do with that.
It doesn't feel like a YA at all. No. It didn't feel gimmicky, like with the senior project.
It wasn't cheesy. It wasn't.
Not to me, no.
Cringy. I liked it.
I thought the dad was hilarious. I loved his little quirks. There was one I wish I would have tabbed it, but when they're getting ready to go to the party so she can like stake out Max Hastings.
Oh yeah, he's like, I hope you better drink or something.
I know, it was so funny. He was like, make not smart choices, or I don't know, something like that. Oh my god, it was so funny. And I don't remember where it was. I mean, there was like there was a lot in this book. So I don't even know like where it was at per se.
Oh, wow, I think I found it.
Oh, wow.
Pip, I want you to remember to be at least a little irresponsible. Right, we're going now. Farewell, my strange parents. Fare thee well, her dad said dramatically, waving them off.
I love it so much. Just the little things that he says just crack me up.
Oh, he's also little Pitsy's going to a house party.
I strive to be that parent.
And the fact that he calls her Pickle, there's no explanation why. He just calls her Pickle. And it's
I
her
love it.
stepdad, which I like that representation.
Me too. I like that a lot. I don't even think
Little
I caught.
things.
I don't even think I caught that. Like the first
It
bit,
was
it
at the
took me a
very
minute.
beginning because
It took me a minute.
her actual dad died when she was young. Like she didn't get to know him, and then this is like her actual
Yeah, because I think I had to
father
like.
figure she grew up with.
Oh, that's right, because that was actually her like half brother
Yeah,
or stepbrother, and but that's like her brother. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. I forgot.
Well, I'm excited for next week
I
because
got.
we have.
I've started it a little bit.
Oh, you have? I haven't yet, but we
Yeah.
got Hook by
I'm only
Emily
on.
McIntyre.
I'm on page 12. I'm not getting
I was
crazy.
flipping through, and it's not a terribly long book, and the words look very large on the page.
Let me tell you, this book starts off with a bang.
Oh, there's a playlist in here too.
There's also an author's note for this book too.
Dark romance coming at you.
Yeah, I guess I could say so. The author's note for Hooked is it's a dark contemporary romance. It is an adult fractured fairy tale. It is not fantasy or a retelling. The main character is a villain. If you're looking for a safe read with redemption and a bad guy turning into a hero, you will not find it in these pages. Hooked contains sexually explicit scenes as well as mature and graphic content that is not suitable for all audiences. Reader discretion is advised. I much prefer for you to go in blind, but if you would like a list of detailed triggers, you can find them on my website. That is her author's
All
note.
right. Well, you guys do as she says. If you feel the need to, I'm going in blind.
I'm going in blind. I don't know. So far,
I think this is going to be our first dark romance on here.
the prologue's pretty graphic.
Oh.
Not in like that bad, but like someone does like die right off at the end, like right at the beginning.
Ooh,
And
hot start.
like I said, they really get into it, and I was like, oh, we're just starting off. We're just going for it.
Well, I'm ready.
So like I said, I'm only on page 12. We're nothing crazy.
It'll be a good Easter Sunday read. So you guys.
I forgot it was Easter. Oh gosh.
This is when this is coming out. So I hope you're having a lovely weekend.
Yes.
If it's your spring break or not, I have no idea.
If you want something thrillery, highly recommend this.
Oh yeah.
About it.
That's nice, easy, not gory, not.
No, it was fantastic.
Offensive.
It was quick, easy, fun. Yeah.
Good time. Love a good murder.
Love a good murder.
Well, if you want to know what else we're reading this month, you can check out our post on Instagram at Baby Got Stacks Podcast. There's also a link in our bio to our link tree. Where else we're at.
Has our Goodreads, what books we have on our TBR, and all that good stuff.
We got a TikTok. Yeah, they're still
someday
mentioning that
one. Surprise the pants off of you guys when we tell you that we made a TikTok. One of these days we're gonna end with, you know what, guys? We did it. Today's not the day, but we'll get there someday.
Wonder when it'll be.
Maybe summertime when we can do more like outside things. Maybe.
That'd be nice.
We'll see. Who knows? Maybe we'll wait and make more content. Maybe we'll
it'll
go
be
in
in 5 years.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Well,
someday we'll get there.
This is episode 30.
We'll get there someday.
We're past 6 months mark.
Wow. That's wild.
So thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
And follow us on wherever you're listening us to.
Yes.
That's all I got.
And we'll get into that dark romance next week. So buckle up.
Buckle up, buttercups.
Well, on that note,
we should go.
We should go. It's getting late. We're rambling. We will talk to you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.